Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Appreciate all you guys stopping by. I'm actually currently right now on a trip. I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, so I'm not in my normal area where I make these videos, so you may hear some noises and a couple of some chatter behind me. But just understand that the audio may not be the best because I'm obviously on a trip. But let's get right into the forecast today. As you can see, we currently have this large storm continue to head northeastward across the central U.S. This is bringing blizzard conditions to areas across the Midwest and severe weather across portions of the East. And we basically have this severe weather threat almost the last 48 hours, as we've had this potential for tornadoes and damaging winds just continuing overnight and over the last 2 days. And this will continue even into this afternoon and early evening hours before it'll finally go off the East Coast and we'll be done with that severe weather threat in the U.S. So like I said, as you can see, we have an enhanced risk for severe weather today. This includes portions of Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The tornado threat is not going to be as high today. It's only a 5% chance for tornadoes in those areas in the enhanced risk. There's just not as much tornado parameters in place for today, not as much tornado energy, you could say. But I still think there is a possibility of a few spin-up tornadoes. Talking about yesterday real quick, there were over a dozen tornadoes easily spotted yesterday that occurred. Again, surveys are still coming in, storm reports, stuff like that. But I'd like to show kind of a summary of that severe weather outbreak in a video over these next couple of days once all that information comes in. Going back to the forecast for today, the main risk today is going to be that wind risk. There's a 30% chance of damaging winds across Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. That's going to be the main risk. That's going to be the driven risk today. And then you're going to have a 5% chance of hail across portions of New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Maryland. Again, I think this risk is going to be pretty low, but there could be a few occurrences of some large hail. So this is what conditions currently look like right now. There's your 980 millibar low pressure system across basically eastern Wisconsin. And you can see there's our severe weather threat occurring right now. There's actually right now, currently, as I'm filming this video, a couple of tornado warnings right now across North Carolina as that severe weather threat is continuing. I'll push this forward here. As you can see, the severe weather starts to ramp back up again across portions of Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. It continues to push east, and you still have those heavy blizzard conditions across the UP of Michigan, Wisconsin, and eastern Iowa, including also southeastern Minnesota. This low pressure system is going to slowly track to the northeast. The severe weather threat's going to go off the East Coast this afternoon. There could be a second line of showers and storms behind this through central New York and basically all of PA. This could bring, again, another isolated risk for severe weather, kind of more of a cold core severe weather risk. But again, I don't think the potential is that high on that. You can see this continues to push out. This is going into tomorrow morning here. As you can see, cold air starts to fill back into the Midwest and Northeast, bringing scattered snow showers and some just rain showers to places along the eastern seaboard and around the Great Lakes region. So here's a more closer look. This is currently right now. This is around 9 a.m. here. There's those thunderstorms across South Carolina, North Carolina, and even into Georgia. These continue to push to the east here. And there you go. These storms are going to get pretty strong. I would expect a multitude of severe thunderstorm warnings this afternoon, as damaging winds are definitely possible from these. And these continue to push to the east. I think they are going to intensify going to this afternoon. There'll just be more energy and ingredients in place for more stronger thunderstorms, and a few spin-up tornadoes could definitely be possible in this line of storms as well. These move off the coast. You can see a secondary line of storms and some scattered storms develop behind it. There could be an isolated potential for a spin-up tornado with these, or some damaging wind, or maybe even a little bit of hail. But again, I think the potential is going to be pretty low on those. And going into this evening, all this severe weather and thunderstorms moves into the ocean, and that's going to be the end of our severe weather threat in the U.S. So here's our significant tornado parameter values. This is our SIGTOR. And as you can see today, not too high. Again, there may be some isolated spots here across portions of South Carolina and North Carolina that get values up to 2 or even a 3. And then again, it kind of goes up again across the North Carolina coast. Again, that's where some isolated tornado or 2 could be. But again, just the ingredients are not in place like they were over these last 2 days. So you're probably wondering yourself, what are we going to see next after this major storm moves out of the U.S.? And the answer is going to be, it looks like pretty quiet conditions are expected across most of the U.S. going into this weekend. You can see here's that 988 millibar low pressure system. This continued to move to the northeast today. There's that severe weather threat and that blizzard potential. Colder air comes back in place with some scattered snow showers and snow squalls in the Great Lakes region. And then going into Friday morning, you can see a weak low pressure system develops across the Central Plains. This was expected a couple of days ago to have the potential to bring another major snowstorm to portions in the Northeast and Midwest. It just doesn't look like there's enough moisture with this storm, so there may be an inch or two of accumulation across a swath of the U.S., and we'll give more detail on this in tomorrow's video, but overall nothing major is expected. And then there's another potential going into Sunday that we could see another storm try to ride up through the mid-Atlantic region and bring another snowstorm to portions of the northeast and along the east coast. This low pressure seems like it's going to be pretty suppressed, and I'm not expecting anything in the way of a major snowstorm from this either. And you can see after this moves off the coast, this is going into Monday. You can see warmer conditions across most of the U.S. as a warm-up looks likely going into the middle of next week, and very quiet conditions expected. So I'll continue to give you guys updates on this each and every day. I thank you all for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.